I feel like this, right? And I'm saying this to every individual in life. This is not just because somebody might know you and you might be popular somewhere. I'm saying this to every individual in life. You got to understand that it's a privilege for people to be around you. And this is to each and every individual. I don't care what your status is in life, what you think, who's higher and who got seniority and who's bigger, better. No, each and every individual. It is a privilege to be around you. And you gotta understand that. Once you understand that right there, oh man, you gonna deal with everybody different. And I'm just keeping it a buck. If you feel like it's just okay to accept anybody around you, right? You're gonna have a whole bunch of problems. You're gonna deal with a whole bunch of problems. But once you understand that it's a privilege to be around you, no matter if you making $15 an hour or $100 an hour, no matter if you are a hundredaire or you a thousandaire or a millionaire, it's a privilege to be around you. When you grasp that, oh man, you're gonna see things a lot different. You gotta know how to cut people off and don't care. Straight up. You gotta know how to cut people off and don't care. So what? I cut you off. So what? Understanding that it's billions of people. You get put in this little city you live in, little state you live in, and you think like that's all you know, right? Hell no, it's more than that. Appreciate that super chat, Blue Chicken baby. Silence is golden. Know your worth. I appreciate that. Facts. You hear me? It's a privilege to be around you. And I hope that by me saying this, somebody that didn't understand it really looks into that and start erasing some of the people around you that don't value you, the people that's holding you back, the people that's keeping you miserable, the people that really don't value at all, and they don't care about you. They just taking up your space. For real, for real. You hear me? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I look at it. You know, I'm telling y'all, I'm always gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to be Fufafi. I don't know how to do it. You hear me? I'm the type that's gonna come out and say it straight up. I might sit back for a second and allow you to say something or, go about something a certain way and not address it. But I can't do it too long. I ain't got that in me. I ain't got it in me because what happens is I start thinking about it to myself, right? And I'll be sitting there and that stuff will replay in my head. And I got to say something. So, understanding. You know what I mean? Understanding. Just know that though, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Big facts. And I love to have these kind of conversations because they real. We can get on the internet and talk about these Fufafi jokers all the time, right? But I love to have the real conversations about real life stuff because I know out of everybody here, somebody is experiencing what I'm saying right now. I know that. You know what I mean? They might not want to come out and mention it and say something, but when they hear me say it, right, they think about the people around them, the people that's using them, the people that's always asking for something, the people that only comes around when they need something. the people that is leeching off of them, and they say, damn, straight up, he right. You know what I'm saying? You know, and these are from my experiences. Straight up. I'm telling you this stuff from my experiences. I just got, you know, a little more stronger with letting things go and not caring, you know? And I think a lot of people, they get used to others, right? Being the type of, you know, person to always surface back. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I hear some people, you know, say, oh, my ex, they always want to spin the block, and I ain't had one ex to, you know, not want me, and I ain't had one ex to, you know, not keep calling my phone, and I ain't had the ex to do this and all that type of stuff, right? And in my mind, I said, oh, you ain't ran into a nigga like me. That's what it is. You can ask any broad I've been with. They'll tell you, man, this nigga, man. Hey, listen, if they done dealt with me and said that to somebody, oh, I know they lying. Nigga, because I ignore you for life if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how we connected. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's some of the people that swear, they be like, oh, my baby dad, he keeps stalking me. Oh, you ain't ran into one of them niggas like me. That's what it is. Run into one of them niggas like me. Nigga that'll put you on block. You hear me? It won't answer for years. Run into one of them niggas. And then you'll be like, oh, this is different. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That nigga ain't playing. He don't care about none of that stuff you talking about. At all. Run into one of them. Nigga, I got the title, nigga. You hear me? And I'm holding it. SBGB TV. Live call-in show. What's poppin', Miami?
What's poppin', man? It's Miami, man.
What's good with you, bro?
Ain't too much. Hey, listen. All the chicks that, cause you right. A lot of chicks be like, oh, my ex is spin the block. None of them is done with me. I can have anyone I want back, right? Them be the easy ones. You feel me?
Yeah.
They're not spinning the block because they genuinely want you. They just know how easy it is to spin the block. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
So when they break up with their girl, whatever the case, they know they can always call you and swindle you out some draws. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're not putting up enough fight to make them not call you. You know what I'm saying? You making it easy.
Got you.
Trust and believe. You make it difficult enough. A dude ain't gonna call you. Dude not gonna hit you up because you're too difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It be the easy ones for real because they easy to double back on. Like you ain't had to talk to her in 8 months. You can hit her up like, "What you doing?" And she gonna blow her head up to think, "Oh, they all doubling back," but it's because you're easy. You know what I'm saying? But they just gotta blow their head up and their confidence up to make it seem like you dudes can't leave them alone. But it's like, nah, you just the easiest joint in my phone right now. You feel me? Everything else give me a hard time. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go hard on them. Don't go hard on them.
Nah, for real. Like, and this ain't no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is why. You know what I'm saying? It's because y'all not making it hard enough for people to not want to call y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, men don't court women. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. But that's my evaluation on women who say, "All my exes double back," is because you're allowing them to. You're making it easy for them to. You feel me? Yeah. And I'm like you. Once we done, we pretty much done. Like I say, my thing is, I get to Googling the population of Earth. You know what I'm talking about? That's my man. Hey, listen. That's my main thing, bro. Soon as I break up with something, I get on Google, man. What's the population on Earth? All right, you feel me? So I'm like you, man. I don't be doing all the doubling back. I have before. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and act like I
Yeah,
ain't spent
yeah,
the block. You know, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just telling you why I do it and who I do it to. I do it to the ones that are fairly easy to bend the block on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Cause I got some that won't talk to me at all whatsoever, and I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is so the ones that be like, don't call me, but they still talking to you. That she easy, man. Other ones just not gonna answer. She gonna have you blocked, send you the voicemail, not respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get water from a rock. You know what I'm saying?
okay, okay.
No matter how you crack it, no matter what you do, it's not a drop of water gonna come out that rock. So it's kind of like that. But that's my card, though, bro.
I appreciate you calling in, bro.
Love.
Jam Meeks, call in, baby. Let me hear what you guys say, baby. Let me hear you. Hey, listen. And you know, I know that, you know, some women feel like you know, they got the golden ticket, you know, and no matter what, the guy gonna spin the block, right? I just know me, right? Whenever I'm disconnecting a relationship, there is no communication for me. I try to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like, when I disconnect a relationship, I'm trying to help you by not at all talking to you. You hear me? Help me and you. Ain't no talking, ain't no cordial conversations, ain't no nothing. I'm not talking. I'm not calling you. I'm not texting you. I ain't doing nothing. And I'm the type, I'm just keeping it a buck. When you go out the door, right? And it's over, oh, it's over, right then and there. I'm not calling you tomorrow. I'm not texting you the day after. I'm not texting you the week after. I'm going to give you 6 months, right? At least before if I do say anything, just to have a cordial conversation, to let every ounce of the feeling disintegrate. I want every ounce of it to just go. So now we can have a, you know, good conversation. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna have a conversation. So that's just my style. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own style of doing it, but that's just me. And I'm the best that ever done it. That's how I feel. You know, and you know, someone say, "Oh, you never loved me." Nah, it ain't that. I just understood it was over when you left. I understood that. It wasn't that, you know, I never cared about you. It's just that I'm not the type that's going to keep fighting back and forth. And we broke up this day and we came back. We broke up on Monday. We got back on Friday. And then we broke up again next Thursday. And then we got back 2 Thursdays. Nah. Once you go out the door, all right, that's it. You hear me? It's all right. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody ain't like that. You know? But on the other hand, I'm going to say this. I remember when I was in my 20s not being like this, right? When I was in my 20s, yeah, I might call, you know, see what's going on and try to work it out and, you know, oh, I love you and all that and what's going on and how we gonna work it out. And I remember them days. And I think that happens when you really don't understand this. Straight up. You hear me? I just think that. I say, yo, when you younger, right? You don't understand it. So, you know, you want to try to work it out and Nah, I just think when you get older, when it's over instantly. You know what I'm saying? It's instantly over. It's over. Ain't no fixing it. I just think when you older, that's just how it is. When you younger, yeah, you know, you think that you can put band-aids on it. Oh, nah, we can fix this. You know, but when you get older, you keep putting band-aids on it, right? I think that's, you know, people that might be insecure, you know, they feel like they can't find nobody else. You know, they can't, you know, see being with somebody else. They don't want to start over. Nah, it's okay to start over. Straight up. I'm just saying, I think it's really okay to start over. It's like really okay. It's really okay to find somebody else, you know, straight up, because you might find somebody else, right? And they might treat you just the way you wanted to be treated. But you staying with that person that got a box full of band-aids, they can never figure out how to treat you right. You know what I'm saying? They just got band-aids. And every time something happens, they go in the box and get the band-aid, right? Now you got a band-aid over your eye, you got a band-aid on your cheek, you got a band-aid on your ear, you got a band-aid on your neck, you got a band-aid on your arm, you got a band-aid on your leg, then you end up getting a band-aid on your coochie, band-aid on your head, or your a man's meat. You got band-aids everywhere. And I just think that, you know, when the situation is over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. What's up, Jam Meeks, baby?
Hey.
What you doing, baby?
I was trying to stay in the chat. I was really trying to stay there.
I got you up out of there. I knew I was going to work on it.
But I'm going to tell you, this is my topic. Relationship is my topic, so I'm always for this. This topic, we have relationships throughout life, but the number one thing is relationships in life, right? With your dog, your cat, with your coworker. Okay. So I'm all about relationships. And so, yeah, this is my topic. But I was trying to stay in the chat. But Miami, I love me some Miami. So his points be on point sometimes. But tonight, and look, he can call in and we can debate about it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I can get both of y'all on the screen if y'all want to come up there.
I'm gonna have to find out how old Miami is, because he on point, but he be missing a few things. It should be a little bit off to the left a little bit. We got to get him back centered a little more.
Okay, right though, baby.
I'm over here kicking the air like whack over here. Like I'm like, I need you to come back. Like, what kind of women he be dealing with? What? What are we talking about here?
So how do you feel about it though? Tell me what's your point of view on it.
Are you speaking of spinning the block?
Yeah, spinning the block. We can start with that. Spinning the block.
Okay, so spinning the block. Also, I had a point about what you were saying, how you don't go back to. So if you could remind me if I forget about that, because I kind of
go back to some degree.
I wanted to talk to you about. I also want to talk about that part real fast about what you were talking about, how you don't go back and or you should move on and things like that.
All right, well, go ahead. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna keep that in there, spinning the block and go back. I know the chat heard me, so if we do forget, they'll remind us. You better know it. Yeah.
So spin the block. So I don't know when. I was getting irritated over here when he was talking about spinning the block, meaning women. They're what was he saying? Like they're weak, or if they go back. Spinning a block, to me, anybody can try to spin a block. Not everyone goes, go for it. So there's many times men may want to, or even women may want to go back, but doesn't mean you have to go back, or and they can do that for years. months, years. Some men don't give up. They will, you know what they say.
Right.
You can say, a woman or a person can say no 100 times. All you need a person to say once, yes, one time, right? That's what drugs.
You are right. You are right about that.
Yeah. So just because they try to spin the block doesn't mean that women, you know, people are going back. And then also to say that they do go back, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you really truly love that person. And some women are not. They're not jumping in a relationship in. They're not hopping in the bed with the next person. You know, a lot of women. I'm speaking of women. I'm not trying to say men don't, but I'm speaking of women because that's who I am.
Talk for them, baby. Listen, we listening to you, baby.
So women, a lot of times when they are in a, you know, something serious and it, you know, it ends, they're really doing the work, right? They're not hopping in the bed. And I speak of decent women. I'm not speaking of just any old women. I don't speak just of women. I speak of decent women. And so they're not just jumping in the bed to the next person or whatever, using it as a distraction, using it as something a placeholder, something to get over. We actually do the work, you know. We do the work to heal, so we're not bringing it into the next relationship, right? So a woman can go without anything and relationship, anything, and be in her space, healing and going through the process. Because in my opinion, short term versus long term, right? So I can do something short term so I can just get over distraction. No one wants to feel pain. No one wants to be hurt. No one wants to go through that. But that is where you find your strength and your growth, by doing that work solo bolo by yourself kind of thing, right? So but if a woman do decide to go back, it's not that she's weak or she just loose or she just whatever. It's that she probably really, really love that relationship and really, really want that relationship, you know, possibly. And it could be, well, I don't want to meet somebody else or go through this, so I'd rather work it out with him. That brings me to the next point with you.
Okay.
About, and I feel like to this day and age, everybody is so, everybody disposes of people, right? We counsel people, we dispose of people. Mistakes happen with women, with men. Mistakes happen all the time. But do we just get rid of everybody? You know, and there's something called a mistake, and there is something called a pattern, right? So that person, they have a pattern. No, that makes, you know, don't stay there, don't do that. But if it's a mistake and the person is really showing you that they are working on it, they have remorse, they're the way they're moving, you can show that they are taking responsibility, all that accountability, all that stuff, right? So you just, you know, like, just getting rid of people, to me, it's I don't know, I'm not really down for the dispose of, counseling people, all that stuff, because we're all human, and all you're going to do is go and you have to meet someone else that's possibly going to do something too that you're going to have to get rid of. So you can spend your whole life getting rid of.
Hold up. Okay. All right. I'll let you get that in, right? So what I say about that is, right, for your peace and your sanity. Now, some women, they have that thought that you have as saying, because they scared to meet new people. Now, you got to know how to pick the people you deal with and be able to understand that everybody's not going to be in your life for life. Some people are only in your life for a season, right? And it's okay to meet other people. Some women get stuck on, oh, I don't want to give my body to this person, that person, that person, that person. Listen, you might not have to have sex with everybody you meet, right? But you might need to meet other people to spend time to see which is the right person for you, and not putting that block on yourself, saying that, oh, I don't want to, I might get the same person. Every guy you get with that you get emotionally horny over, don't mean that you got to bend over from the back and let him stick it in. You understand what I'm saying? You can just be with that guy and be friends, and you can have that feeling where as though I really like this person and I want to go there with the person, right? But I'm not going to go there because I don't know if this is where I want to be, but I enjoy the time. And if they can't understand that and the relationship don't work at the time, all right, I'm out of there. And it's okay, because some guys might be like, man, you ain't giving me no coochie, I'm out of here, right?
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that you can't spend that time and get to see different personalities, because you're saying that you don't want to go and meet this person and that person. You putting a block on yourself, and you not allowing yourself to see what other type of people might really fit your personality.
You're right. And I'm gonna tell you, this is my and that's the issue right now, for real. You're right. But this is my other point to that, is that, I'm real big on time, right? And I'm also that whole piece. That's a whole nother topic on peace, right? But I won't. Everybody talk about this piece, but people really haven't really experienced it. When you do experience, you won't let anything or anybody ever interrupt that. But not
talking
everybody.
to a masterologist at it.
People think peace means everything is perfect and everything is working right and everything is laid out. Peace can be the craziest thing in the you going through the craziest point in your life and you still have peace. But that's a whole other topic. I won't go in there.
We gonna talk about everything, baby. I got you on here. You my baby. We're gonna talk about everything.
But you're absolutely right, because I'm real big. So the other thing, peace and time are my big two things. So time to me is so I don't want anybody to waste my time, and I don't want to waste anybody else's time. So I can have dinner with somebody different every single night if I choose to, like a lot of these women on here, and a lot of men possibly, depending on what's going on, because some women tricking on. Okay, anyway, so that can happen, but I don't want to waste anybody's time. If I know I am not interested in, I do not need a free meal. I'm going to eat every single night. I don't want a memory from somebody that I really don't want to have the memory with, right? So I'm very selective in that way, and so I understand. I think I could be missing out on a whole lot.
There you go. You are.
I know, but I just to know that I'm using somebody, that part right there. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't mind sitting across the table with someone if I'm interested in them, but it's not that many people I'm interested in. It hasn't been that many people that I've been interested in. So there's more people that would like to sit across the table from me, but I don't want to waste their time or use them any kind of way, because I'm big on karma too. I don't want it. I'm trying to get to heaven.
All right, now let your baby say this to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I feel that you shouldn't be focused on that point, as in your time, right? Because you are wasting your own time by limiting yourself. You got to understand, right? We're going to meet different people throughout life. This year, you might meet somebody, right? And you might only have that year with that person, right? That doesn't mean you're wasting their time or your time. That's a part of your life. What's wasting your time is when you say, oh, I'm not going to talk to nobody, and I'm going to sit in a corner and not explore anything, and I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 years and don't interact with no men like that, and I'm a, be to myself. No, that's wasting your time. It's not wasting your time by going on a date or, getting to meet other people that it doesn't go for life. Because if you have the mind state that the next person that you're going to meet is going to be your lifelong partner, you're in trouble. And I'm going to tell you that right now, because you never going to know who your lifelong partner is. That right there is not going to be the next person. You might got to go through 2, 3 different relationships, marriages to understand, okay, I don't like this person, I don't like person. And then you might meet the person that's like, they fit all the criterias, right? And it works out for 10, 15, 20 years. And then it's like, well, we don't see each other eye to eye. You got to enjoy your life as you live, and don't put a block on your life while you're here, because then you're going to limit yourself from really enjoying your life, making an excuse saying that I don't want to waste the time, or I don't want to waste them to waste my time. And I can go, no, enjoy your life. And I'm just trying to give you some real rap.
No, I appreciate it, because I think I'm stuck in the. Yeah, I'm not. I didn't understand. I don't think I understood that. I'm like, okay.
You did you understand what I just said, or you didn't understand what I just said?
No, I understood what you said. I just didn't understand. I mean, I was just struggling with not wasting people's time. I don't think I ever looked at it as that. I looked at it as wasting my time and like I know I'm not going to be interested in this. So you're not speaking of like if it's somebody I know for sure I'm not. Because if it's somebody I'm kind of somewhat curious about, I don't mind doing that. But if I'm like,
now if you meet somebody in life, right, and don't limit yourself on getting to know that person. Like, yo, no, I don't want to waste your time. Like some women, right? Because I done ran across plenty of women in my life, and I done met women in my life, and then they be like, oh, well, it's like from the door, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time. You started off on the wrong note already. Now the guy might play on that because he want to get some nookie, so he gonna play on that and try to make you feel good. But in his mind, he already knows that you damaged, and you putting that out there instead of just seeing if y'all have alike personalities, if y'all connect. But you already put, I don't want to waste my time, and you making it a standard already when it should just fall in place. I think situations that are authentic and they're meant to be together, they're just gonna fall in place, and you're gonna see it, but you're not gonna be able to know it if you don't explore it. You feel me?
I do.
Limiting yourself and trying to like set these certain like high super standards, it like limits yourself. I think that love with somebody is just going to be natural and you're going to rock with them. But then at the same time, it might go away because our feelings change every day. So I don't think that, everybody is meant to be together for life. And though that they got this internet and stuff, it's different from before because with women, right? And I'm gonna say this like, nothing, no shade against the women, but women have 1,000 niggas hollering at them and they in their DM, they in the messengers, it's like the access to get to women now is easy, but it's not easy to get them, but it's easy to access them. So when you got these women out here that are getting access all around the internet from niggas inboxing them, and they just going crazy. When a woman is out here dealing with a dude in life and they have a disagreement with the guy, they automatically look at their messenger. And now they looking and they seeing who might be genuine and who might be nice and who might they want to send a wave back to, or, who they might want to respond to, right? So they feel like they got options. And to be honest, right? It's like, I don't like want to throw no shade, but women don't have the options that they think they have because they got men DMing them. It's like they think, oh, I got all these guys that are paying attention to me and this guy hollering at me. Baby, you don't have the options you think. It's just a lot of guys trying to hump. You feel me? And I think that mentally messes with the women, and they really think like, yo, I could get anybody I want. I got all these niggas, baby. No, you don't. You just got a lot of niggas that want to hump you, and you think that. No,
I don't. I'm not mistaken. I quality over quantity. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm not thinking that at all. Okay. I'm talking about quantity over quality.
And I'm not saying you. Don't think what I'm talking about now. I'm saying you. I'm saying in general. You feel what I'm saying? And this is like a general statement as of me saying like for the women to understand it, because it's a lot of women that, they DMs go crazy. If you take pictures with your cleavage out and your butt popping out, the niggas is inboxing, right? And as me being a man, right? I've done inbox message women for years, right? And then get them. I done inbox women, sent them pictures, all kinds of stuff, right? And they talk filthy. Nigga, F you, nigga, get out of my DM. And then that one day, they be like, oh, you crazy. What's up with you? Boom. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, nigga, I did this for 5 years. And she didn't give me no rhythm and then took it and then let me come and have a war with her. And I'm like, damn, you told me this, that, and the third. Oh, well, I had a boyfriend. I was in a relationship and I was trying to be this. I was trying to be that. And, and then get with you and be like, damn, I didn't know you was this cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then you get them women that be online and they'll be talking slick. Yo, nigga, these niggas all in my DM and they this, that, and then they need to stay out my DM and then fall for the nigga in the DM. I'll be like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what are you doing? You want that much attention and you still go for the nigga in your DM. And it's like, I think it's really hard for women. I ain't gonna lie. It's really hard for women out here right now in life because of the social media. And back in the day, I felt like without that social media, it wasn't so much other influence and distractions, which it is now. So when people look at grandpops and grandmoms that been together and they rock for years, you gotta remember that they didn't have a social media era.
Yep. That's the memory. I'm like, where's that at? What's going on with grandma that been together for 80 years? Not to say it's okay, but grandpa done had 20 kids and all that, but not to say that's okay. I'm just saying, but they and it may not be that extreme, but they are in relationships where things has happened and people are not, it's not so easy for you to, okay, forget Becky. I'm about to go over here to Shaquita because she's just right here. I can fly her in. I can do all this stuff, right? Because she's just right here. I mean, because it's just so many. When I say it's a lot of them out there, right? Now, how great they are or whatever, that's a whole nother topic, I've only been in two real relationships, so I'm still coming off of, I don't even know how to do this dating thing. I'm just learning how to do it. Do I do one date, two? Do I date two of them? Do I date four of them? I don't even know how to go about it.
So I'm going to tell you, your baby going to tell you, you communicate with whoever you want, right? Don't put that standard on yourself saying that I'm going to feel like a whore or something if I get out there and I talk to multiple guys. You got to talk to multiple guys to find out who you want to talk to, right? And then you got to know how to cut people off. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, they just don't know how to cut niggas off. They feel like they can't ignore a nigga like that they might like. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that if you found somebody that you really feel fits the position that you really want, even though you might know some other nice guys, they got to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, and listen, I say this, to let the women know, right? If you find that guy that you feel is nice and, y'all compatible and understanding, you can't think that, I'm going to just talk on the phone to the other nice guy and because I didn't give him no coochie, that's not cheating. Once you respond, you cheated.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, even if a nigga send you a meat picture, once you look at it, you cheated because you knew it was a picture. Why you open it?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, you did. You know what I'm saying? It says photo. It says image. You know what I'm saying? Why did you open it? You know what I'm saying? So
I know, yeah.
And for me, right? Because I've been in my days where I sent pictures like that, right? And I sent pictures like that, and once I see they looking, I'm going to keep going. I'm like, okay, if I see they got a boyfriend and I know they say they're in a relationship, but then at the same time I see them taking half-naked pictures online and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start going left a little bit because I see you really looking for attention. You not happy at home because you want niggas to see you with your thong on. You want to see with your dress half up. That means you looking for some attention. So I'm going to send the picture, and once I see you looking or something, I'm going to keep going. I might even send you a video. And then I see you look at the video. I know I got a shot now. But you might not jump on it right then. And guys that, play that game, because I'm saying this for the fellas, right? It's a number game, right? When you chasing women, right? For the men on my end, right? You got to keep shooting darts, like constantly, right? The guy that shoots the most darts is going to crack the most codes, straight up. And I'm just keeping it a buck, right? So when I was in my, like, man, listen, y'all should know I've been there, right? So when I was in my mode to go ham, I'm shooting darts on Messenger, DM, the streets, and I'm shooting them, right? Some of these darts gonna stick, but a lot of them not gonna stick. So I'm the guy that shoots the most darts is the ones that really got the rhythm going on. So guys is doing this all day, every day, and you know, women that say, yo, you in my inbox, and then you get one that's talking stuff about you being in the inbox, but the next one, she messaging you back. So you know, it's a game that women got to understand, you know, and then you get the guys that's a professional, like, you know, me, and I'm you know, I'm telling y'all about myself, right? So me, I would have a certain line, right? When I'm messaging, DMing women, I got a certain line that's my catchphrase, that I'm just going and I'm saying the same line going through everybody, right? And the line would get majority to respond, because it was a certain line, you know, I ain't gonna tell my line, but it was a certain line that majority of the women would respond because it'd make you blush, right? And when I get you responding, that's how I see who gonna stick around or who gonna, you know, fade off. But most of the time they will respond. But this is what men are doing with women, and then women think that they got something because the guy is messaging them. We doing that to everybody.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you get the same good morning.
You
get it from
yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And I cut and paste my same response to everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, you know? And especially, like, you know, when you find something that is a catcher, because you got to practice different sayings to find the catcher. And it comes from experience, because everything we learn in life is from experience and what we observe, right? So it's like when you catch that certain line, right, that is a catcher that you see that as soon as you send it, it go bloop, it drop down like, oh, they look ASAP when you say that, right? And what you think we gonna do? We gonna say that. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, I know that, you know, women like nice things, right? So that is a line that you gonna put in there ASAP, because most of the time women is with a nigga that ain't buying them nothing. They just, they in love. They might go out sometime, but now you tell a woman you're going to shower with something and, you know, you ever had this or you ever been here? Would you like to go here? Oh, they going to say, bloop, it's going to drop straight down. Bloop, bloop. They looking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, this nigga nice. You know what I'm saying? All right, you need anything today? How lunch? You know what I'm saying? All right, here, man, take this. Go ahead and get you some lunch. Damn, that nigga got me some lunch. He was thinking about me. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about you. You know, it's the game. And, you know, the guys that, you know, got the experience with it, they play it a lot better.
Yeah. I would think that's women that doesn't have something, right? Like,
say that again, baby.
I'm thinking that's for women who don't have, you know, either they don't have, like you said, they don't have, their man is not doing that, but if they have a man, you shouldn't be talking to somebody else anyway or whatever. I mean, normally.
Some of them, they just do it anyway, man, because they like that attention.
Yeah, especially if you're not getting it. So I get that. But you know, these days there's just so many women that are actually able to, you know, treat and do stuff for them, you know, themselves, right? Like, so they're not really looking for a man to do that. You know, they're looking for a man to grow with, where they can help add to him and not just take from him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they want to be the one to build something, have a team, you know, have some kind of partnership or whatever, not just taking it.
So now let me say that to you now. You know, I'm glad you said that. I'm right now, I'm giving a master class. You know, I am an ologist.
And so, I'm taking
you taking it in? All right. So with women that do that, right? You always gonna get a bum nigga. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You know why? Because a nigga that is standing on his own, he don't want that type of woman, because she's gonna be trying to set authority. You can't set authority. As a woman, you can't be in there trying to flex. Like, oh, I got my own money. And nigga don't want to hear that. Especially a nigga that got his own paper. I don't want to hear you telling me, oh, I can do this for myself and I got my this and I got that. Keep that to yourself and do what you got to do. Don't be expressing that to me. I don't want to hear that.
No. not that you even have to, sometimes you just look you don't have to say what you have and what you don't have, right? So I'm not even saying that I need to speak on what I have or what I don't have and what I can do for I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you treat me to lunch, I'm okay to treat you to lunch one day. Like, that's fine. I'm not just here to suck up your money. I don't have to tell you what I have or what I don't have, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about where you're talking about. I'm not talking about these boss chicks or these INDP. I'm not talking about these women that, they out here just talk. I'm talking about women that just, they've been blessed and they have their own. They do, but they're not going around. They know how to be a woman when they get off of their jobs that they may be in charge or responsible for something, but they know how to be a woman when they come home, right? I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about where they have to tell you what you have, the way you walk, talk, and all that tells you what that person has or not have a lot of the times, right? I'm talking about not using someone for their money, like for instance, I've never had this happen ever too much, because I've always been in a relationship, but somebody say, I want to send you some money. Don't even live in the same state. Never saw this person, never nothing. Can't rub your knee, can't do nothing, right? Okay. I want to some money. That's weird. I'm like, okay, like that. I'm like, okay, thank you. I've never accepted because, like I said, in a relationship. So I'm like, okay, I'll get. And they're like persistent. I'm okay, come ahead and send it to me. But then now they want me to, well, at least you can do is send me a picture because you sent me $300. Like, and I'm not trying to say that's not a lot of money. I'm very thankful and grateful for anything. But I run a whole household over here. You know what I mean? So I don't mind, if I feel like sending you something because I didn't even ask for it. Okay. So I'm just saying, sometimes it gets, where now we, you send me something. It's not like if you ain't working, now we talk, I may need to send you a picture without you having to ask and something like that, right? But that's like money. That's like, whatever. Like, that ain't, I'm thankful, but like, really, I don't know. I didn't know that it came with so much.
Were you attracted to the person though?
No, it was like an AARP plus person.
Okay, well then listen, you entertained that, and that's what came out of it. But I feel like if you may have been attracted to the person in any type of way, and they sent you something, yeah, send them the picture. But if it wasn't no attraction or nothing, right, then don't send them nothing. And it's like, you got to understand too, with being online, you should be all right with ignoring a person. You know what I'm saying? You should all right with blocking a person. You got to get a little, you can't have no emotions with that. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I can disconnect with you instantly. I don't have to respond to you. I can block you, because somebody else is going to message you too. It's just, it ain't going to stop here.
But you're saying you're supposed to give all these people these chances, right?
Yeah, give them the chance. But once, if it didn't go nowhere, block them and move on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if it don't work out, like you might have, the person might have sent you something. All right, cool, and it don't work out, and you sent the picture to them. All right, it's it. All right, I got no rap for you. So what? Like, so what? You got my picture. What would that mean? Hey, I don't like you no more. But some women be like, oh, I sent my picture. They still feel the attachment. Like, if you don't feel the vibe, it's okay to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you don't, that's the thing. It's like some people might see that the vibe ain't there, but they still trying to figure out, is there a vibe? No, it's not a vibe. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get that.
And it's okay to, to let that go and move on from that because it wasn't a vibe. But, trying to hold on to it is only going to frustrate you, and, it's going to close the door on the other opportunities because you still got to fish. You got your fishing rod. If you single, you got a fishing rod out there. And don't act like, you said you only had 2 relationships that was serious. And, I understand, but, enjoy your life because you only get one. Do not, like, even at this point, I don't know how old you are, you ain't got to say it or whatever, but, at this point, enjoy your life. It's okay to, have a nigga you talk to on Monday and you have another nigga that you talk to on Tuesday on the phone. It's like, I'm just talking. I'm pleasing my soul until I find the right candidate. And it's like, you might talk to these people, but then it's one person that you take a liking to, and you fill it out, and you're like, oh, this good. I'm gonna cut the other nigga off. I am done with you, nigga. I ain't gotta give you no explanation. I'm just stop answering the phone. Cause I'm gonna tell you this right here, right? And this goes with men and women, right? If you had a good connection with somebody, right, and you stop talking to them on a dime, you always can call them back. You hear me?
You can?
Yes. Any woman that I had a good connection with and I just stopped talking to them, if it was years later and I reached out to him, I could still wean my way back to speak to him because we didn't end bad. You feel me? If I ended bad with you, then you don't want to talk to me. But if I ended like, yo, nah, listen, I was going through something. I needed some time to myself. You know what I'm saying? And then I can have a conversation with you, And I feel like that's any woman that I've talked to and I had conversation with, because I could do it now. Like I can call something right now that I haven't talked to in a couple years because I just faded off. And then I just, I talk soft to them and then I can have a conversation with them and they going to talk to me, right? It's not saying that, oh, I'm rushing to say I want to sleep with you or something like that. It's just, I just want to talk. Like, because sometimes with me, I just want to talk. It ain't that I want to sleep with you. I want to hang out with you. I just want to talk to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear your voice. I want to say some things that's on my mind. And you know what I'm saying? Because it's people like that I know from in the past that I know that, if I'm talking to somebody, I go MIA on every broad I know. Like straight up, I instantly do it, and I do it that day. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is and what, I don't care how you feel. I cut all communication. And then if I'm not talking to somebody, I might re-text them. Hey, what's happening? Oh, where you been at? Oh, I just been chilling. You know what I'm saying? They might even say, oh, you had a girl or you something like that. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, okay. But I'm talking about you right now. How you feeling? How was your day? And blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just my style. And I think that I'm real genuine with people, when I'm communicating with them. But if I find something that I'm attracted to and I want to be with, I have no problem with cutting every single person off right there. You know how some people be like, oh, they're still your friends and you can communicate with your friend. And nah, I'm not communicating with no woman, period, if I'm locked in with somebody, because I don't want her to do that. So if I see her doing that, then I'm going to go ham and I'm going to start tweaking. And I'm going to be talking to all the women that I want to talk to.
Right. No,
I'm going to get the benefit of the doubt, though.
Okay, well, should I be forgetting people's names and forgetting, I guess I'm going to have to take some notes. And
yeah, hey, listen, your baby's a knowledgeist, though. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I'll be studying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's from my experiences. So from all my experiences, I really understand it, and that's why I say I have no problem with, disconnecting, and because I understand that, we living in life, right? And we really think it's real, but it's not. You understand what I'm saying? You think that it's real, and you feel the presence, and you touch this and you see this, and you think that everything is so real because your emotions make you feel like it, but it's not. If you pay attention to how we leave the earth, it's really not real. It's just our imagination has us in this state of mind, and we really don't understand, because nobody can understand what happens when we leave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think men or women are just quite different in that sense, because a lot of times, and I think we can change. And I think if we act a little different, if we change a little bit, I don't think we'll get hurt as much as we do if we kind of have your thinking, or men thinking how they think, because a lot of times women are not having this connection with someone they don't really like, right? So I'm not, so if I spend time talking to you over the phone, then I'm probably like to talk to you on phone, and then all of a sudden you just go bye-bye, then that's kind of weird, right? Like, okay, that's weird. And then you call me back and be like, hey, what's up? It's kind of like, well, like what happened kind of thing. But also too, just the fact of we connect a little bit more. You guys are more like physical, so you might smash and bang over here or whatever. If I smash or bang, I'm really probably just trying to smash and bang one person. I'm not trying to smash and bang.
Yeah, y'all fall in love with everything. No, not I can't say y'all, but majority of y'all when y'all let a nigga get you, y'all want, it's like, oh, I love. And even if y'all might have other guys on the roster, it's like, oh, I like this guy, and know.
Yeah, we don't. We're connect with Tyrone, even though we got Pookie and Cedric, and then we'll get rid of Cedric. Or you guys to keep Shaquita, Nancy, and Lysandra on the side, where we done got rid of Pookie and Cedric, and we just dealing with Tyrone. That's where we go wrong at, and that's why. But I also do think that dating is it's so many different ways. There's so many different ways to date, right? Some people just date one person. Some people date a couple of people. So I think women just have to define, or everybody has to define what kind of way they want to date. Date out here these days, because it's so many different ways of doing it nowadays. And I do think that a lot of women, especially like these boss chicks, that's what they call themselves. I think they're doing it. I'm actually kind of impressed with the younger generation, how they working it. These girls getting flown out in trips and bags, and they using, you go on a date with them, you got to buy kids at home all day, 10 kids, Happy Meals before you bring them home and stuff like that, right? So that's going on a lot out here. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I say at least they feelings ain't getting her like a lot of these women back in the day, where women are trying to be good and be only there for the one guy and do all this, relationship stuff. And I don't think they're getting as hurt as much as these quote boss chicks that are out there these days.
Yeah, I mean, the younger women, their DMs, they lit. I'm talking about they lit. So they like, all right, this one ain't acting right. I'm going to go over here. But what they don't realize, I'm going to tell you this now, is when they get in their 30s, mid 30s, it changes. The game changes, because, I'm going to keep it a buck, right? Men that got they self like established, that 23, 25 coochie is different. It's like the elastic is always intact. You know what I'm saying? And they like, it's different. It's just a different situation. So when you get in your 30s and up, it's like, that's how we was made, and you can't change it. The elastic is different. And it never goes back to that 23, 25. You know what I'm saying? So when a guy get that right there, it's like it mentally, and it's crazy that it's like that for us, right? Guy get into something young like that, their mind just go, man, like, it take you back somewhere. Then you get something that got a little bit more, wear on it. It's like, all right, it was good, but that firmness that was there at that 23, 25 is like next level.
Okay. Well, yeah. And I would say that guy probably his thing ain't probably sitting up too tight either, probably.
Yeah, you can say that, right? Understandable, right? But it's no matter. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because think about this, right? Let's be real, right? No matter if you older, right, and you in your 35, and you done experienced guys with different joints, right? And say you experienced a guy that was huge, right? You never gonna be able to get it. You're never gonna be able to get that feeling from an average guy, because you've experienced the hugeness. So it then gave that stretch that I don't care how many baths you take, how many Epsom salt baths, I don't care how many baking soda, whatever you put in the bathtub to try to, get you back
It's about muscle control. It's not about no salt and pepper and whatever.
Yeah, but no matter what the muscle control, listen, matter what the muscle control, because and like for a guy like myself, right? They have exercises, right? That can make it where your joint like a helium tank, right? They got exercises, right? And they got those things. As a man, you can do these certain things that have your shit like a helium tank, right? So it's like you can, hit something, right, that's older, and you can still tell the difference from when they're younger. You know what I'm saying?
We know everything younger. I mean, that's why you got these, people messing with 10-year-olds, and like, yeah. So we get, the younger you are, we get that, but there's women who's taking care of their selves and bodies, and it ain't right. I didn't see that picture R&B, or what's her name? R&B. But the way you describe it, I don't think. I think there's some women that's taking care of their body.
Yeah, R&B joint is big. I got the picture in my phone. It's big.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot.
Yeah, and it is something that's taking care of their body. Like, I've met women that take care of their body, and listen, it is, you can see, man. I'm trying to explain it to you, but it is like,
I get what you're saying. 20, yes, absolutely, that okay. But I'm talking about seasoned women, grown women, that body. You know what I mean? They pH balance ain't off. They're precious. They like they precious, and they ain't messing around, and they, and so it ain't all like Gigi said, Loose Cannon's ex-wife or whatever, wife. She said, called, what's the name? What she call them? Soup curtains or something. She calls flappy lips.
Okay. Oh, you talking about Sharice? He talking about Gigi? Talking about Sharice?
Yeah.
Okay.
She called them something curtains. It's hilarious the way she describes it.
Roast beef or something.
Crazy when she says it. But so there's, so no, you're not gonna get a virgin kind of woman, but you don't have somebody that got that, snap back. They got that control. They know how to work. They have taken care of themselves. I would say it like that for this 8:00 show, whatever time it is. They have taken care of themselves, and there's pros and cons to all of this, right? So you might get a 20-year-old that has, tightness or whatever you want to call it, but she don't know how to do a whole lot of stuff that is more of an older woman that may not be as.
Listen to your baby. Listen, I'm your baby. Listen to your baby. Listen to your baby.
I got one of these,
But listen to your baby. Oh my goodness. Listen. Okay, all right. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Listen to your baby though. I'm a man, right? I'm a man, right? And I'm older, right? And I'm older now, and you gotta, and I've been, getting money for a long time. I always been like a boss, always nice cars, nice cribs, all that. So I've been able to have like a pick of the litter when I'm playing, right? I'm just trying to tell you, when that early 20s, and I done hit 20, 30, 40, 50, and had fun. Beautiful women. Beautiful
60?
women.
Did you do 60?
I don't think I did. Did I do 60? I'm trying to think I did. I'm trying to think. I did something close to 60. Matter of fact, I think I might have did a 60. I ain't gonna lie. You know why? It's because it was something that was around my grandpa, right? When I was young, she was about 30, right? And my grandpa had her, and I thought about her when she was with my grandpa. My grandpa was at the time 50 and she was 30, and she was bad, and she still looked sexy older, But I just always thought about when she used to be around me when I was younger. So I had to, you know, and I seen that she bit. So I think I did try about 60. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's something different. You know what I mean? You can't get that back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is crazy. I even know a woman that literally used to go to the doctor to like get it pulled back, right? And like to get it like new. And what I would say was, right, the entrance was tight again, right? But no matter what, even if you hit in the back, it don't got that tightness.
Yeah, she didn't know she was that's poor.
I'm saying the back though. The back got the back is something that you can't re-get back. The back. When you have a kid too, if you have a kid, you can't get that back part back. And after 34, 35, man, I'm saying 30, man. It just do something to the women. You done had all these niggas. If it was one nigga, he humping on you every night. You know what I'm saying? He just bouncing. Think about that. Take a rubber band, right? And just do this for a month straight, right? And pull it back and forth for a month straight. Watch how it do. That's the same thing the coochie gonna do. And I'm with you, and I want all the women just to, you know, don't think like, you know, you can't maneuver but it's just, I'm just saying the truth. And it's some women that, you know, can make the muscles work and they still know how to, you know, attract the guy, and the guy is gonna love it, right? Because you know how to work that muscle. But I'm just saying, listen,
you are aware, sir, mister, you are aware that just that description that you gave with the rubber band, that you can be 20/80, that's going to be the same. You do understand that, correct?
Yes, but when you are young, right, and you 20 and you be going hard, it don't stretch that fast. I'm telling you, I knew some young women that used to be going hard in the paint. I'm talking about in the paint. And you might get them and be like, damn, I didn't know she had all these jokers.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's just that this the makeup of us. And I done met some older women that is real preservative, and you know, they might not let every guy get them, and they go out there and they have a little fun, and you know, and you get them like, damn, the coochie is tight and it's good, and you know, all that. But I'm just telling you, that brand new joint, it never becomes that same again. It never, no matter what you do. It's like, that's why, you know, you catch them guys that, you know, they always want something in the 20s. They like, man, I want something younger because, you know, I like, oh, well, you 40, 50, you want
they
that.
Want younger because a lot of the older ones are not putting up with that bull crap and they can't get over that. It ain't about
that too. We're not going to take that away, but I'm just telling you that Nookie, I'm telling you, listen to you, baby.
Could be, and that description that you gave, it says it all. That's the description. If you have somebody pounded and not, you know, and you 20, you possibly can have a 20-year-old with a, you know, a older age stuff down there. Then you have somebody that's 80 years old, depending on what she's done and what she hasn't been doing in life.
Okay.
Right. So,
okay.
So age, anytime you open up anything new, it's always going to be new and fresh. but you can open it up for the second time or a third time, and you can be like, oh wow, let me get away from this because this is just a whole mess. You don't even know how to take care of herself, let alone, you know, if she's depending on, like you say, dealing with Tyrone and everybody else that, you know, you know, now you dealing with a whole lot of other stuff that's going on down there, right? Mm-hmm. So anytime anything is new, it's new. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Anytime. So new. But how she maintaining it, you're not talking about 20 and then after 3 years of doing it, that it's the same 20-year-old or, you know.
Nah. But no, it's the thrill of getting it that time. You know what I'm saying? That initial. I'm just saying, you know, when you open something out the pack, right? And you more excited about it when you open it, right?
Right.
So that's the same thing when you get that fresh 23-year-old. You open in a fresh box or whatever you got, sneakers, jewelry, whatever it is, versus to when you go to the store and you get, you go to the Goodwill and buy something, right? You like, oh yeah, I grabbed this at the Goodwill. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. I seen it at the Goodwill. Yeah, it was nice. I wanted it. I think I could use this, right? But go to the mall and go get something out the mall. You like, yeah, look at this right here. I got something. So,
and then when you get it, you got it, and you moved on to the next, right? Because that's how it happens, right? So as soon as we get, like anything, right? You get it, and you're like, oh, okay. But we also know when you get something new, or something, possibly that young. Well, we already got a good example of that with and what's Shannon Sharp. We already got a great example of going that route. With his own butt trying to go.
Oh there. Yeah, but it's with who he went with. You know what I'm saying? Well,
yeah, but that could have been. Are you speaking of color wise? Because that could have been.
I don't think a sister would have went about it that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the sister. I'm not saying she wouldn't have got at his chicken, right? But she went at his chicken as if, like he was abusing her, forcing her. It was a difference. And I think that them Beckys, they go at it on that type time, where his sister, she gonna go at it, try to get the child and get the money for the child support or get you to marry her. But the Becky gonna act like you abused her.
Yeah, she gonna go for the whole 20 to life kind of situation.
Yeah.
But also too, when you're dealing with someone young like that, then you also get sometimes it comes with a little toy, a prize, right? So you get other little stuff that comes with it. So you have to, long as you're able to deal with that. And I'm not speaking of a 20-year-old female messing with someone of, kind of within her age, her peer. I'm talking about these 50, 80-year-old men trying to mess with a 20 because they're talking about they trying to relive and talking about how fresh and new and all this stuff. Then you get those kind of games that come along with it because they're young, and that's what comes with it. Those games are going to come.
Yeah.
Whether, it's, whatever it is, or the craziness because they're not able to handle, what it is. So it's pros and cons to it.
Yeah, definitely pros and cons. And I just think, when you are looking for somebody that is for you, you just gotta, give yourself a chance and not put like the standards where as though I'm not this or that. No, you don't know what's for you. It might be the person that you least expect might really be for you. And it's like, yo, I really enjoy this person. I really like this person. I think the personality is what, people should look towards. And you don't know someone's personality until you get to know them. So I think people look at the outside of the book cover and they really try to mentally tell themselves how this person might be from looking at it.
Yeah.
Instead of getting to know them.
Yeah. Or that whole thing that we do with, how we have a list of, he has to be this, and this, or she has to be this, this, and end up finding someone opposite of your whole list. But missed out on a lot of times because you were going down this whole list of what a person probably need to have, or, or how they should look or something like that too. So.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I don't think that it should be a list of standards because, you don't know what this person is if you looking at the list and you start blocking stuff off of this person because you worried about this list. And this person might be really the person that adores you. I think for a woman, right, the man, she should make sure that the man, first of all and foremost, adores her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of women don't look for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't look, the man should adore you. And when you see that the guy adores you, he's gonna treat you and handle you different. You know, instead of looking for, oh, he needs to be this size and he needs to be this way and he needs to have this house and he needs to have this job and he has to be making this much. Find out if the man adores you and then go from there.
No, you're right about that.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do more relationship talks.
Yeah, and listen, I'm willing to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the women on the stage and do it so y'all can be up here talking and the people can see y'all talking.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah,
I know your one requirement would. Never mind. Let me just stop.
No, say it. Listen. No, say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Now, listen, you can say it. Come on, I want to hear it. I love when you be open. What's my requirement?
No, well, you said it, so I'm just repeating what you said.
Tell me what I said, baby.
You were saying like you needed, you wanted the women to come. I think it's a good idea. I think we should bring, like, I would love tonight if Miami and, like myself was up there so we could just go back and forth.
Yes. I would love to have men and women up there, but I know it's easy to get the men up here. I can get men up here easy. So what I be trying to do is I try to get the women.
I think women to come up there.
But listen, I know it's easy. I can tell men right now, yo, come on, bro. I can get a couple guys to come on up here. But the women, they be so shy. Oh, I'm not, my hair ain't done or this, that, and I gotta get dialed up. So a nigga gonna come up here like a nigga gonna brush his hair, whatever you gotta do. I'm getting on here. What's happening?
Could have had on the call today.
Bingo. You hear me?
Yeah, we're not gonna come up there looking all crazy fight. I had my bonnet on the other night, so I don't do the bonnet.
Yeah. Bonnets is off limits. That's the rule for me.
For real.
No bonnet ever. If you got a bonnet on,
please, just go ahead and disconnect that call because that's just awful.
Yeah. I can't rock with the bonnets. Like, listen, like even with a woman around me, right? The only time that I'm allowing you to put that on is if you're going to sleep. You cannot walk around with a bonnet around me. It throws me off mentally.
It throws me off too. That's not acceptable.
Facts.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I didn't do it that night, because I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't condone that at all. But no, I think it would be great for us to come up there and we can talk and debate about some things and learn from each other. I'm all about growing and trying to be better and be understanding. That's my first time really looking at it the way you looked at, the way you explained it tonight on a few things. So I'm open to, putting those into play and stuff. So I think we can all learn and grow.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about, so.
I'm gonna see what Miami say. I'm gonna text him. I know he probably watching. I'm gonna text him and see what he say. Listen, we can get you up here.
Because I'm gonna have to educate him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But you mentioned you need to have the boobs out.
That was me talking stuff. Like, because what I was thinking about doing as well, right, is getting somebody. Like, I'm honestly, I'm always thinking. Honestly, I'm thinking about taking the camera, right, and put it in, grab a little couch and put it in here, or take it out there where one of my couches is, right, and sit there with the camera there and have somebody on the couch with me while we talk. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking about that, but at the same time, I could pull people up on the stage. So, I'm just sitting there thinking, but I said about the cleavage out, because, that a nigga see a broad on here, have, something showing, they clicking. Yo, what you got? Hold up.
Yeah. But I think they like some brains and stuff too. I hope
of course. But you got them guys that want to see. They want to fantasize. They gonna look at you and they fantasizing. You know that.
And I know you guys are physical, so you need to have a little eye candy. I get that.
And you pretty, so they gonna get the looking.
Oh, that's very kind. I'm up for it though. So let me know when you want to do it, so I make sure my bonnet is off.
Okay.
and tell Miami to bring his butt on up here. Let's go.
I got you. I got you. We're going to get Miami up here too.
Okay. Well, thanks for chatting with me.
And you know, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah. Have a good night. I'm back in the chat.
All right, baby. Thank you.
Bye.